Every morning, millions of older adults start their day with foods they've been told are healthy: a bowl of cereal, a slice of toast, maybe a glass of juice. But just a few hours later, they're hungry again, lightheaded, or crashing on the couch. Sound familiar? This video reveals the hidden truth behind breakfast. The foods that secretly spike your blood sugar, stress your heart, and drain your energy. And more importantly, you'll learn 3 simple, proven breakfasts that can help flatten your stomach, stabilize your energy, and protect your health, without giving up flavor or comfort. Because after 60, your body needs a calmer, smarter start to the day. And once you make that change, the results can feel nothing short of life-changing. Stay with us. You might never look at breakfast the same way again. Every day, millions of older adults wake up, stretch their arms, and do something that feels harmless, maybe even healthy. They pour a bowl of cereal, toast some bread, sip a glass of orange juice, and get started with their day. But what if I told you that this simple, familiar breakfast habit could be silently harming your energy, your blood sugar, and even your long-term health? I've seen this pattern for years. A patient comes in feeling tired all the time. They can't concentrate after 10 a.m. Their weight is creeping up. Their blood sugar is just slightly out of range, not quite diabetic, but not where it should be. And they chalk it up to age. "I guess I'm just slowing down," they say. But I always ask them, "What did you eat this morning?" And more often than not, the answer is some combination of toast, juice, cereal, maybe a muffin or a flavored coffee. Foods that seem innocent. Foods that we were told, for decades, are part of a healthy breakfast. Here's the truth: many of those common breakfast items are what I call glucose bombs. They create a massive spike in your blood sugar, and then just as quickly your levels crash. And that crash? That's when you feel foggy. That's when your energy disappears. That's when your cravings begin. And over time, those daily spikes and crashes do real damage to your body. If you've ever felt tired before lunch, if you find yourself reaching for a snack just to make it through the morning, if you wonder why your belly won't shrink even though you're eating less, then please, listen closely. Because fixing your breakfast might be the simplest, most powerful change you can make starting tomorrow. And no, this isn't about dieting. It's not about skipping meals. It's about giving your body what it actually needs first thing in the morning: stability, not spikes. Let me walk you through what's really happening inside your body after breakfast, and how just one change could protect your blood sugar, help you lose weight, and give you the steady energy you've been missing. Let's say you start your day with a bowl of cornflakes and milk, maybe a banana, and a glass of orange juice. It feels light. It feels healthy. But here's what your body experiences. You've just fasted for 8 hours overnight. Your blood sugar is nice and steady. Calm, like a quiet lake. Then suddenly, you drop in a huge wave of sugar from the cereal, the juice, and the fruit, all at once. That sugar rush hits your bloodstream fast. Your pancreas, which is responsible for insulin, gets an emergency alert. It rushes to pump out insulin to bring your blood sugar down. And it does, but maybe a little too well. Now your blood sugar drops too far, too fast. That's when you start to feel it. Your hands might get shaky. Your brain feels foggy. You feel hungry again, even though you just ate. And you might reach for more food, often something sweet or starchy, to fix the crash. That creates another spike, followed by another crash. It becomes a roller coaster. Every day. Every morning. And the longer that goes on, the more exhausted your pancreas becomes. The more sensitive your body becomes to sugar swings. Eventually, your insulin stops working as well, and that's when insulin resistance begins. That's the gateway to prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, and even heart disease. Here's what breaks my heart: many people think this cycle is just normal aging. They think, well, I'm in my 60s now, of course I'm slowing down. But it's not your age, it's your breakfast. Have you ever noticed how you feel after breakfast? Do you feel clear and steady? Or do you find yourself dragging an hour later? If this sounds like your experience, tap the like button or share your story in the comments. I promise you're not alone, and it's not too late to fix it. Let's get specific now. Here are 5 common breakfast choices that may seem harmless, or even healthy, but can actually sabotage your blood sugar and your energy levels for the rest of the day. Mistake number 1: cereal with milk. Even the so-called healthy cereals like bran flakes or granola are often made with refined grains and added sugars. Add milk, which contains lactose, a natural sugar, and you've got a double whammy. You're eating something that tastes light, but acts like candy in your bloodstream. Mistake number 2: white bread, bagels, muffins, or pastries. These are made from refined white flour. That means they digest very quickly, converting to sugar in your bloodstream almost immediately. And if you're eating them alone, without any protein or fat, the spike is even worse. I've seen patients go from a blood sugar of 90 to over 200 just 1 hour after eating a bagel. Mistake number 3: coffee on an empty stomach. This one surprises people. But caffeine can raise cortisol, your stress hormone, and cause your liver to release stored glucose. So even if you haven't eaten anything sugary, that morning cup of black coffee can still spike your blood sugar. Try drinking your coffee after breakfast, not before. Mistake number 4: liquid breakfasts, like fruit smoothies, instant oatmeal, or meal replacement drinks. These skip the important act of chewing, which helps signal fullness to your brain and triggers important digestive enzymes. Smoothies often contain too much fruit sugar, and oatmeal packets are often loaded with sweeteners. Even healthy drinks can be glucose traps. Mistake number 5: eating starchy carbs like sweet potatoes or bananas all by themselves. These foods aren't bad, but when eaten alone, especially on an empty stomach, they can still spike your blood sugar. It's not just what you eat, it's what you eat with it that matters. If you recognize something from your own routine in this list, don't feel bad. These are common habits, and no one ever really taught us how to eat for stable energy. But the good news is, they're all easy to fix. If you know someone who starts their day with cereal or a muffin and always crashes mid-morning, share this video with them. You could help them more than you know. Alright, now for the part that can change your mornings for good. Here are 3 breakfast ideas that help stabilize blood sugar, reduce cravings, and give you lasting energy. And they're all simple to prepare. Option 1: eggs with greens and healthy fat. Scramble or boil 2 eggs, add a handful of sautéed spinach or bell peppers, and a few slices of avocado. You get high-quality protein, healthy fat, fiber, and nutrients that digest slowly, keeping you full until lunch. Option 2: beans or lentils. Yes, for breakfast. In many cultures, beans are a staple morning food. Try black beans with eggs, or tofu with a dash of soy sauce and sesame oil. Legumes are high in fiber and protein, so they release energy slowly and don't spike your sugar. Option 3: plain Greek yogurt with almonds and berries. Greek yogurt is packed with protein, and when you pair it with some healthy fat, like nuts, and a few berries, you get flavor, satisfaction, and a stable blood sugar response. Just be sure the yogurt is unsweetened. Many flavored ones are dessert in disguise. Try one of these tomorrow. Your body will tell you everything you need to know. Less brain fog. No hunger pangs. More control over cravings. That's the power of starting your day with the right fuel. Have you ever tried a breakfast like this before? Let me know in the comments what works for you, or what you're willing to try. Changing your breakfast might seem like a small thing, but I've seen it create a domino effect that improves everything from weight and mood to sleep and blood pressure. Let me share a few examples. One woman in her early 70s came to me saying she couldn't get through a full day without napping. She thought it was just aging. But when we looked at her mornings, it was always the same: toast with jam and a cup of orange juice. We switched her to eggs, greens, and a small bowl of berries. Within a week, her energy was back. She started walking daily again, and for the first time in years, she said, "I feel like myself." Another patient in his late 60s had trouble managing his blood sugar. He wasn't diabetic yet, but his numbers were inching up, and his doctor was talking about starting medication. He'd been drinking a smoothie every morning: banana, yogurt, honey, some juice. It felt healthy, but it was causing a huge sugar spike. We replaced it with Greek yogurt, chia seeds, almonds, and a half cup of unsweetened soy milk. Within 2 months, his A1C dropped to a safe range, without any pills. This is what I want for you, too. Not a crash diet. Not expensive supplements. Just a simple change, one that works with your body, not against it. If you've ever made a small change that led to a big result, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Your story might help someone else believe that change is possible. Let's take a moment to understand why this works, not in medical jargon, but in plain language. When you eat a meal high in refined carbs or sugar, your blood sugar rises fast. Your body produces insulin to push that sugar out of your blood and into your cells. If this happens too often, your body becomes less sensitive to insulin. That's called insulin resistance, and it's the first step toward type 2 diabetes. But when you eat a breakfast rich in protein, healthy fat, and fiber, your blood sugar rises slowly and steadily. Your insulin response is calmer. Your body stays in balance. You feel clear, focused, and satisfied. And here's something most people don't know: these repeated glucose spikes don't just affect your energy. They actually damage the lining of your blood vessels over time. That damage causes inflammation. That inflammation increases your risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, even dementia. So yes, your breakfast can either protect or harm your brain and your heart. This is why I feel so strongly about this message. Because it's not about perfection. It's not about following a diet trend. It's about starting your day in a way that supports your body's natural rhythm, protects your organs, and keeps you functioning at your best. If this explanation makes things clearer for you, give this video a like or share it with someone who might benefit. The science is simple, but the results are powerful. Let's imagine something together. Tomorrow morning, you wake up and instead of reaching for toast or cereal, you make yourself 2 scrambled eggs. You add a handful of spinach, maybe half an avocado. You sit down, take a deep breath, and enjoy a calm, nourishing meal. Then, something different happens. By mid-morning, you're still feeling steady. No foggy head. No shaky hands. No hunger pangs screaming for snacks. You make it to lunchtime with your energy intact, and maybe even a smile on your face. That's not a dream. That's biology working the way it's supposed to. And you can feel it for yourself starting tomorrow. Not in some distant future. Not after weeks of effort. Just one better choice. One better breakfast. And from there, the ripple begins. You feel more in control. Your cravings start to disappear. You find it easier to make other good choices, because your body isn't working against you anymore. One good day becomes 2. Then a week. Then a month. And soon you've built a habit that supports your blood sugar, your heart, your brain, and your life. If this vision speaks to you, if you're ready to try one small step, let me know in the comments. Say, "I'm in." Or just type, "Day 1." I'll be cheering you on every step of the way. Sometimes, we accept feeling bad because no one ever told us we could feel better. We think, well, I'm just getting older. This must be normal. But what if that's not true? What if you could feel clear-headed, strong, and steady again, not by doing something drastic, but by gently correcting one of the most overlooked habits in your day? You deserve to know what it feels like to wake up and actually feel good. To trust your energy. To feel proud of how you're caring for your body. And all of that can begin with one humble meal. Breakfast. So tomorrow morning, give yourself that gift. Choose a calm, balanced plate. Skip the sugar spike. And give your body the steady start it's been quietly asking for all along. If you found this helpful, give us a like. If not, type 0 in the comments, but if it helped, let us know by typing 1. And don't forget to subscribe for more life-saving health tips.